And here is the Writer's Almanac for Tuesday, the 2nd of January, 2018. Today is the birthday of Isaac Asimov, born in Petrovice, Russia in 1920. Family brought him to the United States as a small child, settled in Brooklyn, where the family ran a candy store. Isaac Asimov, one of the most popular and productive writers of the 20th century, and one of the major science fiction authors as well, wrote or edited more than 500 books, many of them works of popular science. Isaac Asimov, who said, "Writing to me is simply thinking through my fingers." It was on this date in 1974 President Nixon signed a law setting the national speed limit at 55 miles per hour in order to conserve oil. The Arab members of OPEC, the Organization for Petroleum Exporting Countries, had declared an embargo on oil in protest of the United States' support of Israel, and gas prices went up 40%. The western states, wide open, straight highways, complained about the speed limit, but they complied. Gas prices continued to be high even after the embargo was lifted a couple of months later, and it was then that Americans started to look overseas to Japanese cars that were smaller and more fuel efficient. Here's a poem for today by Philip Levine entitled "The Mercy." The ship that took my mother to Ellis Island 83 years ago was named the Mercy. She remembers trying to eat a banana without first peeling it, and seeing her first orange in the hands of a young Scot, a seaman, who gave her a bite and wiped her mouth for her with a red bandana and taught her the word orange, saying it patiently over and over. A long autumn voyage, the days darkening with the black waters calming as night came on, then nothing as far as her eyes could see, and space without limit rushing off to the corners of creation. She prayed in Russian and Yiddish to find her family in New York, prayers unheard or misunderstood or perhaps ignored by all the powers that swept the waves of darkness before she woke, that kept the Mercy afloat while smallpox raged among the passengers and crew until the dead were buried at sea with strange prayers in a tongue she could not fathom. The Mercy I read on the yellowing pages of a book I located in a windowless room of the library on 42nd Street, sat 61 days offshore in quarantine before the passengers disembarked. There, a story ends. Other ships arrived, Tancred out of Glasgow, the Neptune, registered as Danish, Umberto IV, the list goes on for pages. November gives way to winter, the sea pounds this alien shore. Italian miners from Piemonte dig under towns in western Pennsylvania, only to rediscover the same nightmare they left at home. A 9-year-old girl travels all night by train with one suitcase and an orange. She learns that mercy is something you can eat again and again. While the juice spills over your chin, you can wipe it away with the back of your hands, and you can never get enough. The Mercy, a poem by Philip Levine from his collection, The Mercy, published by Knopf and used by permission here on the Writer's Almanac, supported by the Poetry Foundation, publisher of Poetry Magazine, now available on iOS devices. Subscriptions available at poetrymagazine.org. Engineered by Noah Smith, produced by Joy Biles. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.